Under the Skin. Under the Skin is Bell Meadow. Attack the Block. Attack the Block. Oblivion. Prometheus. Yes. Released 2012, directed by Ridley Scott. Close Encounters, Proof of Alien Contact. Paul. Released 2011, directed by Greg Mottola. Predators. Predators. War of the Worlds. Released 2005, directed by Steven Spielberg. More War of the Worlds, 140 of 369. The best movies based on books, 144 of 355. The best rainy day movies. Transformers. Released 2007, directed by Michael Bay. More Transformers, Dark Secrets behind the making of Transformers. Best Transformers, War for Cybertron, Siege figures. The Fifth Element. Released 1997, directed by Luc Besson. More The Fifth Element. Things you still don't know about The Fifth Element, even after watching it 500 times on cable. Subtle details from The Fifth Element that prove it's time for a rewatch. 50 of 97. The best movies to watch on mushrooms. Star Trek. Released 2009, directed by J. Abrams. More Star Trek. The 19 coolest starships in the Star Trek universe. The Lost History of Star Trek. The Beginning, the gritty prequel film that never was. Star Trek Roman II, The Wrath of Khan. Released 1982, directed by Nicholas Meyer. Starship Troopers. Released 1997, directed by Paul Verhoeven. More Starship Troopers behind the scenes of Starship Troopers. The million satire that no one got. Starship Troopers fan theories that might be too good to be true. 197 of 374. The 50 plus best war movies ever made. Ranked. Starman. Released 1984, directed by John Carpenter. Solaris. Released 2002, directed by Steven Soderbergh. More Solaris. 210 of 234. The best psychological thrillers of all time. 175 of 186. The best alien movies ever made. 43 of 49. 35 plus great movies that blur the lines between horror and drama. Signs. Released 2002, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Men in Black. Released 1997, directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. More Men in Black. 14 behind-the-scenes stories from the making of Men in Black. 18 of 50. The 50 highest-grossing 90s movies. Ranked 569 of 661. The best black movies ever made. Ranked. Lilo and Stitch. Released 2002, directed by Dean DeBlois, Chris Sanders, more Lilo and Stitch. 15 small but poignant details fans pointed out about Lilo and Stitch. 18 years later, Lilo and Stitch fan theories that just might be true. 6 of 575 the best animated films ever. Galaxy Quest. Released 1999, directed by Dean Parasot. More Galaxy Quest. 10 small but clever details in Galaxy Quest 3. Galaxy Quest is pretty much the best Star Trek movie ever made. Flight of the Navigator. Released 1986, directed by Randall Kleiser. More Flight of the Navigator. 44 of 97 the best Disney live-action movies. 185 of 372 old movies every young person needs to watch in their lifetime. 232 of 306 the best movies for kids. Fire in the Sky. Released 1993, directed by Ron Lieberman. More Fire in the Sky. 102 of 134 the best movies you never want to watch again. 19 of 57 the best alien horror movies ever made. Cloverfield. Released 2008, directed by Matt Reeves. More Cloverfield. Small details from the Cloverfield franchise that fans noticed. Cloverfield theories to read up on before streaming. The Cloverfield Paradox. 152 of 722 the best horror movies of all time. Avatar. Released 2009, directed by James Cameron. More Avatar. 155 of 1189 every Oscar-winning film ever. 188 of 277 the top tearjerker movies that make men cry. Alien Resurrection. Released 1997, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet. More Alien Resurrection. 69 of 70 the dumbest movie sequel titles. 11 of 18 visually stunning movies that are also just trash. Aliens. Released 1986, directed by James Cameron. More Aliens. 19 of 553 the greatest epic movies ever made. 24 of 722 the best horror movies of all time. Alien 3. Released 1992, directed by David Fincher. Ender's Game. Released 2013, directed by Gavin Hood. More Ender's Game. 69 of 126 movies that need sequels. 19 of 27 movies based on books you should have read in 8th grade. Europa Report. Released 2013, directed by Sebastian Cordero. More 4 of 68 the best found footage movies. 9 of 9 the best space movies streaming on Hulu. 17 of 35 the best movies about astronauts and realistic space travel. Communion. Released 1989, directed by Philippe Mora. Mars Attacks. Released 1996, directed by Tim Burton. More Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks was Tim Burton's ultimate unregulated experiment, and it's stranger than you remember. 145 of 252 the funniest 90s movies. 33 of 62 the funniest movies about politics. Cocoon. Released 1985, directed by Ron Howard Moore Cocoon 148 of 372 old movies every young person needs to watch in their lifetime 122 of 522 the greatest movies of the 1980s ranked 2010 Released 1984 directed by Peter Hyams The Day the Earth Stood Still. Released 2008 directed by Scott Derrickson Moore The Day the Earth Stood Still 102 of 317 the greatest disaster movies of all time 96 of 186 the best alien movies ever made 29 of 50 the best movies based on short stories. Super 8. Released 2011 directed by J. Abrams Moore Super 848 of 99 the greatest kids sci-fi movies 23 of 35 the best suspense movies on Amazon Prime 56 of 90 list of movies like Inception. The Arrival. Released 1996 directed by David Toohey Moore The Arrival 501 of 557 the greatest film scores of all time 49 of 57 the best alien horror movies ever made 261 of 498 the greatest sci-fi movies of all time. The Man Who Fell to Earth. Released 1976, directed by Nicholas Roeg Moore The Man Who Fell to Earth 22 of 25 the best science fiction why psychological dramas 53 of 78 the best movies about UFO. Predator. Released 1987 directed by John McTiernan Moore Predator somehow making Predator was way more insane than the actual movie killer details in Predator that fans have hunted down. The Day the Earth Stood Still. Released 1951 directed by Robert Wise. Star Trek First Contact. Released 1996, directed by Jonathan Frakes. The Extra-Terrestrial. The Extra-Terrestrial. District 9. District 9. Independence Day. Independence Day. The Fourth Kind. Released 2009 directed by Olatunde Osunsani Moore The Fourth Kind 13 of 61 the best horror movies about hospitals and mental asylums 16 of 85 the most horrifying found footage movies. The Abyss. Released 1989 directed by James Cameron Moore The Abyss 179 of 277 the top tier Trooper movies that make men cry 1951 the best submarine movies of all time. 2001 Space Odyssey. 2001 A Space Odyssey. Alien. Alien. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Released in 1977, directed by Steven Spielberg, More Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 624 of 1189, every Oscar-winning film ever, 325 of 1540, the most rewatchable movies, 14 of 553, best 70s movies. Contact. Released 1997, directed by Robert Zemeckis. Arrival. arrival.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.